Hi Virgo, welcome to your month ahead tarot scope for April 2020 with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the month ahead has in store for you. With that said as well, I'm currently so close to the 50,000 subscriber mark. So please, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. If you know somebody that would love this channel, get them to hit subscribe. I'm so close. And when I hit 50k, there is going to be a huge announcement. So with that said, let's have a look, see at your month ahead for your actions and interactions with the world at large. You have the Star card. This is about you reaching out to be a part of the wider world. This is about you, my dear Virgos, bringing whatever gifts and abilities and powers that you have to the wider world stage. And it's about you reaching out to people online, creating some sort of online forum, whether this is a free forum, whether it's a paid one, whether it's an online community. This is about you working to do so, and it's about you working in the digital space, you know, whatever that looks like, whether it's, like I said, a community, a forum, maybe it's a course that you're offering. There is something happening here where you are reaching out to the wider world, and you're doing this in faith and trust, and ultimately from a place of true humanity and humility. I love this for you, for your actions and interactions with the world at large. It's also a glimpse into the future. Now is a really, this month, my advice to you is really pay attention to what comes up and what you're drawn to, because it's going to give you a glimpse of what you're going to be doing for what we could call the foreseeable future. Whenever you see the Star card, remember, as a time sequence, it always represents 17 to 21 years into the future. So whatever it is that you're doing now, whatever it is that you're setting up now, this has a chance to be something that really has a lot of longevity behind it. For your money and materials, you have the Justice card. This is about signing on the dotted line. It's about, so if you've applied for some sort of funding for some sort of new business, some sort of new technology, maybe it's, you know, you've decided to buy a new laptop for your online business, maybe a new camera, maybe just new equipment. It does look like you are getting what you need, but it looks like it's a big commitment. It looks like it's a long-term commitment to something that you've decided, you know what, I'm going to take this full time, or I'm going to take it further than I have up until now. Whatever this looks like to you, it looks like there is what I would call some form of, I want to say, initiation. You know, and because your money and materials is your finances, it's your health, it's your home. The Justice card is commitment. It's the things that we choose to do, the things that we choose to align ourselves with. And so, you know, this is falling here right next to the Star card. It looks like you're buying new equipment, investing in your business. Maybe you're saying to yourself, you know what, this is going to be the thing that I carry forward. This is going to be the thing that I put my energy and my focus into from here on in. This is this month as well. It could be that you are applying for the funding. Maybe you are going after the funds that you need. I'm also seeing somebody starting a Kickstarter or a crowdfund or a GoFundMe, whatever they call it. I think it's a GoFundMe. That's I've just had a realization. All this time I didn't realize that it was GoFundMe, and what they were kind of hinting at. So yeah, I know. Late to the party, but it does look like there's some sort of funding coming from a bigger source here. This is a great month to do that. If you've got a big project that you've always been working on and thought to yourself, you know what, one day when I have the time or when I have the money, now is going to be a really great time for you to go for this. I just get this sense that it's almost like you're pooling resources, but from a big sort of broad audience, and that's why I say like a GoFundMe or a crowdfunding or Kickstart or something of that nature. It looks like you're delving into this month, and it has really great results for you. It looks like you're really getting very committed to whatever your next avenue or revenue stream is going to be. For your communications and conversations, this is gorgeous. You've got the 9 of Cups, right? So in terms of communications, this is a great month for you to reach out to people. If there have been some sort of if there's been a rift that you've experienced, if there's been some sort of you know, maybe you and a friend or you and a partner or somebody that you're close to, if you've been off or if there's been something that needs to be mended, the 9 of Cups is healing, right? So it suggests that you will have the opportunity to have the talk, to have that sort of moment where you say like, you know what, can we bury the hatchet, or can we just let whatever it is go, or agree to disagree. You're able to move beyond it this month. In terms of your communications and conversations, it does look like some big goal of yours, some big target. So for some of you, if this is legal paperwork or documents that you've been waiting on for some time, the 9 of Cups says that you'll get the wish or the desire that you are hoping for. If it is money or funds, you'll get the wish that you're hoping for. But also, if this is just about mending some sort of, you know, some sort of personal tie, you will be able to mend that. Like if there's something that you've wanted for a long time for your partnership or your commitment, for those of you that are partnered, it looks like it's a go, right? You've got the 9 of Cups, which is always a yes card. For your heart and half sector, you got the 4 of Wands. It's interesting, right? This is in, I think one of the other signs got these same 4 cards, but in a different sequence. So I'm intrigued for you, for sure. The 4 of Wands is a beautiful card for partnerships and relationships because it suggests that they are harmonious. It also suggests reasons to celebrate. This could be your partner's finances getting a boost this month. It does look like there is a marriage proposal on the table for a lot of you that are partnered and have been in a relationship for quite some time. This is just really good news when it comes to your relationship. For those of you that are single, look at this. It looks like you're meeting somebody online, but this person is likely to either be older than you or somebody that is not smarter, just more educated, you know, in terms of official qualifications. Whoever this person is, they bring the stuffy, right? And, you know, and a lot of people might think like, oh yeah, but people say that about Virgos. And I actually don't think that's the case. I've never seen Virgos, not all the ones that I've met anyway. They tend to be quite sort of wacky, zany, a bit out there, bit more sort of alternative even, but maybe that's just their placements or whatever, who knows. But yeah, I like this for you guys. I like this for you a lot. It just seems like there's this almost like a bit of a breath of fresh air, like things are moving in very different directions for you. All right, so let's have a look at your weeks of the month. For the first week of the month, you've got the Justice card, double hit of the Justice card. There's big paperwork to be signed this month. Big moments, big commitments are being made, which is nice. But for your first week of the month, because it's right under your star card, it looks like this is some sort of, I don't know whether this is you creating an online course, maybe it's you offering some sort of resource online, but it looks like you're reaching out for funds in order to create that thing or in order to sustain that thing, which is really beautiful. Your Justice card is lovely for that as well. It looks like there's some sort of group support or connection that's coming through, and it looks like whatever you are signing over the course of this month, whatever you're aligning yourself with or to, this will be the month that you kind of look back on and say, yeah, you know, I remember when I went for that because it was ... For your second week of the month, you've got the Judgment card, right? So there are big changes coming on the work front, big changes coming on the financial front, big changes coming in general for you guys. I mean, your Judgment card as well, right underneath the Justice card, this is about the completion of a long-term goal. This is about something that you've been wanting to do for a long time, something that you have been thinking to yourself, you know what, when the time is right, I will do that. And I kind of feel like maybe you're fast tracking that and saying, you know what, there's never going to be a right time, so I'm going to make that right time now. For your third week of the month, you've got the Moon card right underneath that. Yeah, so some past hurt, some sort of past rift, maybe a conversation that you've been putting off for some time. This is the month, this third week of the month is very likely to see where this is happening. It looks like the past is coming to a full cycle in many ways, shapes and forms for you guys. But whatever that past hurt or rift is, you will get your chance to speak, but you must listen to whatever the other side of this is as well. Moon card next to the Judgment card as well. This is something that you might have been confused about for a long time. It looks like you're about to realize where somebody might have been meddling, and where maybe one of your personal fears has not been unfounded, but actually you've had good reason to hold that thought or that idea. And it kind of feels like this month you will discover the reason behind whatever issue or problem you might have had. Now, because it falls underneath your Nine of Cups as well, your Nine of Cups is not only the wish fulfilled, but it is that healing, right? So for me, this is about you really laying some past issue, some past hurt or problem to rest so that you can really move forward in a big way. For your fourth week of the month, you have the Death card. Endings, completions, the completion of one cycle, the completion of one cycle, the completion of one way of being, the completion of what has been. Your Death card is basically saying this is going to change, right? So if you are partnered but not married and your partner proposes, the feeling that I get from this is a lot of you are going to want to say no. And you know, this might be one of those times where you look back and say to yourself, do you know what, I don't really know why I said no. Well, you know, I need to discover what my fear is or what the thing is. Your life is about to change in a big way, Virgo. I have to say that your life is about to change in a really big, all of our lives are changed forever now, but your life is about to change in a big way, and it relies on you being able to let go of some of the past baggage, hurts, you know, understandings. Like, you know, for some people, they say, oh gosh, no, I could never get married. I've seen way too many examples of why not to. But that doesn't mean that you're going to have that experience, you know, and through the fear that you're having, you're shutting yourself off from what could be a really beautiful experience. Just to give you an example, right? For those of you that are single, it looks like there's a lot of fun, lots of desire, lots of passion to be had, lots of enjoyment, and maybe even stepping into something more serious. For those of you that are partnered or even married already, there's something about your relationship now that is going through a big sort of almost like a big step. And the feeling is like, for some of you, I kind of feel like even if you've got kids already, this is probably for you. I kind of feel like you're at a stage now where you're like, no, don't want any more kids, don't need any more kids, we're fine as we are. And you know, spending a lot more time indoors with your partner, what else are you going to do? It looks like you've kind of, you know, you might end up having that experience, and for a part of it you might say to yourself like, oh, you know, with the current world climate and everything, I don't want that, I don't, you know, it's not what I want. Well, what if it's not been decided by you? What if the universe has decreed that? And I'm not, you know, anyway, enough. Your key to the month is the Devil card. Even with good cards like this, the Devil card is basically saying to you, there is something that you need to let go of. The Death card is here in close proximity. The Moon card is here as well. That's the past. The Judgment card, that blast from the past energy. It does look like there is something that needs to be released here on a deep level, Virgo. Whether this is some sort of hurt, maybe it's some sort of past trauma. It does feel like it's something that is deep rooted, and it feels like it's something that you either do or say as a protective mechanism. And the Devil card is basically saying to you, you're going to have to let that go this month. There is a moment where you're going to have to make yourself vulnerable. There's a moment where you're going to have to admit something. Even if it's just admitting it to yourself, you might have to say the words aloud, or maybe you have to bounce it off of a friend, or, you know, somebody of that nature. But it does look like it's coming up for you in a big way. Outside of that, there's some really lovely stuff here. There's some really great leaps forward, which is nice, but there are some things that you're going to have to push past. There are some core wounds, let's say, that are going to have to be either revealed or examined and then released. That's probably the best way to put it. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.